Hey, one more thing before you go. Picture this. Hollywood's crème de la crème converging at the iconic Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles for an evening that's nothing short of spectacular. As the stars aligned, we witnessed the unfolding drama of triumphs and accolades, discovered who would be immortalized at the 2024 SAG Awards. Now, we weren't there. We wish we were, don't we?
Definitely wish we were there.
We were sitting in front of a big screen watching it on Netflix.
Yes,
But
yes, but
in the realm of motion pictures, the showdown was very fierce. We saw a lot of things that we've watched, and there were some things we didn't watch. But I think it'll help
mhm,
us on the road to the Oscars. In a
yeah.
momentous tribute to an unparalleled career, the legendary Barbara Streisand was bestowed with the esteemed Life Achievement Award as well, fitting homage to her contribution to the world of acting. So grab your favorite brew, settle into your comfiest chair, and join us as we unfold the tales of triumph and grandeur from the 2024 SAG Awards. This is One More Thing Before You Go over the Teacup Sunday with Michael and Diane. I'm your host, Michael Hurst. I'm here with my lovely wife and co-host, Diane.
Hello, happy Sunday.
And in this episode, every sip of tea is accompanied by a sweet aroma of Hollywood success and some sad ones too.
Mm.
Hello, Diane.
Hello, Michael.
I say that because there's a lot of English people that
Those
were
winning.
winning.
Yes, there were a few English people. Yes,
Yes,
and I
you
think one of them is Irish.
and Australian maybe, and yeah, New Zealand
I
maybe,
don't
and
know. I
uh,
anyway,
there were from other places, and they were
we
here.
we should we should know this, but
Just to let you know, if you've not watched this program that
oh,
was on Netflix this weekend, if you did not see the 2024 SAG Awards, which was broadcast live on Netflix and could be seen in a
mhm,
replay, please understand that we will be giving some things away. There will be spoiler alerts. So
yes,
if you have not seen it yet and you don't want to be spoiled, then please come back and visit us afterwards. If
yeah,
you want the everything in a nutshell kind of thing, then keep listening.
yeah. Oh, and just in case somebody doesn't know what the SAG Awards are, it's the Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Yes, have all the actors who belong to the guild get to vote on this. So it's voted by their peers. This is all
Yeah.
peer awards is what it's going to be.
Yeah. And I think
Um,
I think what I noticed was when a lot of them were um, accepting, it really seemed to be a little more meaningful, I think,
I think
because
so
it
too
was from their
because
peers.
yeah, because they did it. It was more. They knew that it was their peers that were voting for them. So you get
Hmm.
accolade from the individuals that you work with on a regular basis, which I think is makes it more
Yeah.
special. I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty slick. I mean, well, the Oscars. You know, if you belong to the Academy of Motion Pictures, the Oscars are the same way. You have a board,
Yeah,
everybody gets to vote. So in
right.
actuality, you get it there. But this seems a little more,
It's
personal because
yeah,
it's actor to
it's the
actor.
actors, right? Actor to
Yeah,
actor instead of
actor to actor
where at the Oscars it's everyone in the industry who
gets to vote.
belongs to the Academy gets a vote.
Yeah,
So
big
whatever
difference.
part of the industry you belong to, you vote on everybody else. So
It
yeah,
works.
this was actor to actor. So I think that it really, I don't know, it just seemed to be a little more personable, and it looked like everybody was having a really good time. So
It was. And there were a few people that went
yeah,
up and admittedly say, I'm drunk. So if I say something stupid,
yeah,
and because it's on
mm,
Netflix, there's another disclaimer. If you have kids, be careful because they allowed cussing and swear words,
yeah. There
which
were a
I
few. Not
I
it.
never do.
It wasn't over the top, but let's just say they were not bleeping anything, or
No,
there were
and
yeah.
yeah, and I never swear, so I just
Hmm.
no,
Okay.
never. Going into the star-studded ceremony, Barbie and Oppenheimer led the pack with the most nominations for each, including Outstanding Cast in a Motion Picture and individual noms for the many of their stars. We watched Oppenheimer, we watched Barbie. We loved both of those programs for
Yes, we
different
did.
reasons.
Hmm. They
Um,
were they were equally excellent. I just kind of sound like I can't think of the movie now. Excellent. Anyway,
Bill and
they
Ted's
were
Excellent
Bill and Ted.
Adventure.
Yeah, Bill and Ted. I didn't mean to sound like Bill and Ted there. They were both excellent on the same level of excellence, but they are completely different movies. So,
Yeah, yes, and realistically, they're both intriguing from the beginning to the end. In my
mm,
opinion, I think that you are drawn into each one of these. We've done reviews on them on here on the show.
mhm,
Check
yeah,
out the reviews if you haven't seen Oppenheimer and Barbie. I can't imagine anybody not have
that
seen
hasn't seen it.
that hasn't
Well,
seen
we know our
Oppenheimer.
daughter has not seen Oppenheimer.
Oh, she hasn't, no, but she
Yep,
definitely
we're
seen
gonna watch
Barbie.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna watch it.
Well,
And
spoiler.
that's the other thing too, is that I don't typically watch movies over again. I
Yeah,
there's
you're a one.
very few movies that I will watch more than once. I will watch both of these more than once.
You're a one and done typically. Yeah.
Yep.
Oppenheimer ultimately won the Outstanding Cast in a Motion Picture category, with Cillian Murphy being named Outstanding Male Actor in a Leading Role. And, I agree with that. There were many great actors in that film.
Oh yeah,
But
it was all
Cillian really
great.
did an outstanding job, I think.
Yeah, I didn't really know who he was as an actor anyway, so I didn't have anything to be comparing. So I mean, I really felt like I was watching Oppenheimer, like the guy Oppenheimer. It
Yeah,
didn't,
the guy.
but I think even if you knew him from something else, you definitely would see that he just completely enveloped this character.
Well,
It was great.
yeah, and I remember him. The first time I had seen him actually, he was in a Batman movie, a Scarecrow.
Oh yes, I
I
didn't see it.
can't tell you which Batman movie off the top of my head, but he played this evil villain named Scarecrow, and he did like an amazing job in that as well. I mean, one that you
Mm-hmm.
kind of go, yeah, catch that guy, yeah, bury him really, really, really deep so he can't come back out again.
Well,
Scarecrow, yeah, what he did was
obvi- he's obviously a great actor then.
he
I
is
mean,
because what he did was he took and stole people's, put them in their nightmares. He had
ew.
some kind of a magical something or other, and he would pull you into your own nightmare, and you'd be living it, kind of a
No,
thing.
no thanks.
Yeah, but he
No.
did he did
Mm-mm.
well with that. But Oppenheimer completely opposite.
Yeah.
And I say this for a reason. I say it because if you knew him from Batman, and
Hmm.
then you see him in Oppenheimer, just like Diane said, he he embodies Oppenheimer to such a point that you don't realize that you're watching Killian Murphy. You're watching
Mm.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. I
And
think I was even halfway through. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I don't even know. It,
yeah,
not like we really know who Oppenheimer was, but it's like, I don't
I
know.
mean, I knew
Usually
he.
you can, even with the great actors, you can usually go, okay, well, as you're watching it, the other half of your brain is like, well, that's George Clooney or that's Matt Damon or, whatever. I was like, is this guy real? He's, it's like
Uh,
they really were, he was really Oppenheimer in that
it,
time period. And yeah.
and it was deserved. I mean, in a little bit here, I'll
Oh,
list off some of the other actors that were
yeah.
in the shows. Obviously, we'll kind of talk about them as we go in the competition.
Yeah.
Everybody, every time they get up with their speeches, the people that did win did, give kudos to their fellow actors who were also nominated in the same category. Same thing with the film and so forth.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was well worth it. Meanwhile, on the TV side of things, we just started watching this. We just did a show on this. Hulu's
Hmm.
The Bear continued its
Hmm.
winning streak, taking home the award for Outstanding Ensemble in a comedy series starring Jeremy Allen White. He was also crowned the Outstanding Male Actor in a Comedy Series, while his co-star Io, I always get this wrong,
Io
Io,
Itaberry?
I think so, won the
Itaberry?
trophy for Outstanding Female Actress in a Comedy
Hmm.
Series. And we absolutely fell into The Bear. If we did that, what, 2 or 3 Sundays ago. We did
Well,
The
yeah, and I
Bear.
think it was really after the Emmys, I think, when they really just took over the Emmys, and it was like, okay, we got to watch this show.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
the Emmy or the Golden Globe. Maybe it was the Golden
The Golden
Globes.
Globes. It was the Golden
Yeah,
Globes.
yeah, and we were like, okay, we got to watch the show. Apparently, like, what's this show about? And oh my God, I love the show so much.
Yeah, we
I
we
love the show
we
so
we're
much.
hooked now. We're hooked.
Yep.
So obviously we were happy that they won. We were sad because some of the other nominees, we were hoping that would get them because it would they're done.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso's done. They were in there nominated. There were a couple
Yeah.
others that were nominated, and
Yeah.
I'll leave the list. I'll make sure that everybody, the list is in the or in the show notes so that they're there. In fact, they'll
Hmm.
probably be under the transcript section of the show notes. So check for
But do,
the transcript version of the show notes.
when when he won for the Bear for the best actor, and he was up against Jason Sudeikis
Yeah,
and oh my Brett Goldstein. Oh, um, I don't remember them showing. I think they showed Brett once, and he was smiling and clapping and everything. They kept showing Jason, and he was just like so into what's his? I can't even think of his name now. You just said it. Um, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
He was so into Jeremy winning. So apparently he's a huge fan of the show.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna go out on a limb
yeah,
here and say Jason Sudeikis is a huge fan of the show because he was so happy that he won.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think there was
So
a lot of people out there that did it. Some of
mhm.
the, when we get to this down the road, in Oppenheimer, um, Robert Downey Jr. won.
Yeah.
And which he did an amazing job as
Oh
well.
my God.
We know him as
Mm,
Iron Man for all this time and part of the Marvel industry, but he embodied this character within Oppenheimer as well to such a
hmm.
point that you kind of
Absolutely.
forgot that it was Robert Downey Jr.
Well,
And
really, in any character Robert Downey Jr. plays, there's nothing bad. There's never ever. He's always amazing in everything he plays.
and I remember him way back when he first started when he was being
Hmm.
what was that movie with where they turned the woman into a off the computer into a real woman.
He wasn't in
Weird
that.
Science. Yeah, he was in Weird Science. Um,
Okay. Well, I remember him in. Okay, maybe he was in Weird Science, but wasn't he also in Risky Business? Wasn't he one of the guys in
I
Risky?
don't think it was in Risky Business. I don't think so. But in Weird
Hmm.
Science, I mean, he played this, druggy, goofy,
Yeah.
imbecile idiot a little bit, kind of, sort of.
Hmm.
But yeah, he's just come so far. And then, of
Yeah.
course, his long list of thanking people was amazing because he went back to, ironically enough, he went back to when Robert Downey Jr. had a huge downfall. He spiraled into drugs
Hmm.
and alcohol and so forth, and it basically got kicked out of Hollywood, so to speak. And
Yeah.
Mel
Yeah.
Gibson brought him back in and gave him his first opportunity back on screen, and that relaunched his career. And I was sitting there going, oh, and he should thank Mel Gibson, and he did.
And then he did,
Yeah,
among other people.
among other
He
people, yeah.
yeah, he listed a lot of names.
Yeah, other people that gave him that helped him nurture him and say, get
Hmm.
your stuff together. And because of that, he's created an empire within the industry.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
also, I was happy with Barbara Streisand getting the honor with the Life
Hmm.
Achievement Award. I
Yeah.
think that she, and I had spoken a little bit about this. I'd asked you if you'd seen a lot of her movies. They
I
showed
haven't.
some in the on her reel, and
Hmm.
the reel was very fast, and so you could barely kind of keep up with some of what they were. But the Owl and the Pussycat, and
Hmm. I still need to
yeah,
see that.
yeah, Yentl, and I mean there was just a whole slew of what she's been in. I've watched her from the one with Robert Redford, The Way We
The Way We
Were,
Were. Hmm.
kind of a thing, and she deserved it. I think that she's had a
Hmm.
heck of a career, and the
Yeah.
last thing that I've seen her in actually was
Meet the Fockers,
Meet the Fockers.
or
Yeah,
was it
well,
Meet the Fockers, or
yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
yeah.
Focker movies?
Yeah, Meet the Fockers. That's because Meet the Parents was first, and then Meet the Fockers
Yeah.
was second.
Hmm.
And that's awesome. And she did great there too. And I think
Yeah.
she might have been in a couple things after that, but yeah, she went.
Well, I until we saw that reel and they were showing everything, I really hadn't realized what the deal was with Barbara Streisand. Like, I know that there are people who are just,
Yeah,
she's like an icon. I know that.
yeah,
For me personally, whatever. Okay, she's Barbara Streisand, great. I was never a huge like some of these people are. huge fan. But um, to see her body of work put together like that in a few minutes,
Well, it was
I was
What's
like,
Up,
oh,
Doc? It was
wow.
everything. Yes, they had What's Up, Doc in there. They had
And
the Owl and the
well,
Pussycat there. They had
not just her acting, but and her singing, of course. I mean, of course, but she directed and she produced and which what did she was like what did they
she.
say she was the first female to win best director or something
Well, that and the fact that she was
for
the first
Yentl, I
for
think.
Yentl, she took it everywhere, and nobody wanted to hire her because she was a woman. She wanted to direct it,
Right.
produce it, direct it, and star in it. And everybody said that's
Hmm.
unprecedented,
And
and
so
we're
she
not
did
going to
it.
do that. So she did it anyway, and when she did
Hmm.
it anyway, it just exploded the
Yeah. So
I guess the opportunity for women directors and women producers, and
yeah, definitely a trailblazer. So
yeah,
she's very deserving of everything that she's gotten. I mean, I
a
may have
hundred
not been a huge fan, but or really known much about her, but she definitely deserved it.
100% coach, 100%, 100%. Yeah, it was. I think that again, well deserved. And here's the sad part. I asked you if you had seen some of those shows because some of my favorite
Hmm.
shows growing up was watching.
Hmm.
We're watching those shows,
Hmm.
and they were at that time they were blockbusters. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, and you said you hadn't seen. I think I listed off 3 or 4 that you had not seen,
I
and
pretty much haven't seen pretty much maybe all of them.
probably all of them.
There you go.
So it really it made me think about that, and I thought, how come I watch Turner Classic Movies all the time,
Hmm.
and I watch a lot of other independent film channels, and I think that show a lot of old movies. But
Hmm.
as I told you, I haven't seen any of Barbara
Any of
Streisand's
those?
old movies. I haven't
Well,
seen What's Up, Doc.
maybe after this they'll start.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Maybe it lit a fire under somebody's butt, and they decided, oh, wait, we should be showing these movies.
Yeah, I mean,
Because yeah, there was a few in there I really want to see now.
yeah, and you really should see because again,
Hmm.
they're gems. They really are. They're amazing things. Um,
Hmm.
and some of the other film for an outstanding cast in a motion picture, American Fiction. And I'm going to list some of these off just because there are some that we're still wanting to watch. We're still going to watch before the Oscars because every one of these are Oscar contenders, I believe.
Hmm.
Every one of them, at least from what I've heard, even the ones that we haven't seen yet,
Yeah.
are Oscar contenders. But outstanding cast in a motion picture were American Fiction, Barbie, The Color Purple, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer obviously won, as I said earlier. Killers of the Flower Moon, we just started watching, and it looks
Yeah.
very intense. We watched
Hmm.
Barbie,
Hmm.
and then which I'm really disappointed in the fact that, along with I'm sure thousands of other people,
Oh
that
yeah, millions.
Barbie is getting nominated, but Barbie isn't winning anything. It really should
Yeah.
be. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think it's because here's another female producer that brought this to the screen, and it's a
Hmm.
female director.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's holding anybody back from really voting for them because they went, wow,
I don't
they
know.
took it to $1 billion. They took Barbie to $1 billion.
Well, and the messaging of the whole
And the
movie,
message,
the
the whole
whole
thing.
reason they made it was to female empowerment.
Well, it threw the Republicans in a
You know.
tizzy,
Well,
which
yeah,
I'm
whatever.
happy about.
Good
But
for
yeah,
them.
and Color Purple. I mean, I've seen the original Color Purple. This is a remake of the Color Purple.
Hmm.
Oprah
And
Winfrey
it's a
was in the first
musical.
one. It's a musical, so
Yeah,
it's supposed to
I
be
would
pretty
like to
good.
see it.
So
Yeah.
we still need to watch American Fiction and the
Hmm.
Color Purple, but they're obviously Oscar contenders in
Hmm.
regard to those. Outstanding male actor in a leading role, Bradley Cooper in Maestro, which we still need to see Maestro. When we do our Oscar reviews, we're going to be reviewing some of these movies that are coming up. We've got a list of them to watch. Coleman Domingo for Rustin, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. We also did
Hmm.
a review on Holdovers. It's one of
I
our favorite
love the
movies
movie.
now.
I love it.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, which obviously he
Hmm.
won. Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. And from what we've seen, at least in the clips that they showed, I think that by those clips that they showed, uh, it's he's an amazing individual from that perspective as well. And the
Hmm.
story they present really brings something to light.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
So I'm looking forward to all of those. I mean, are you as excited as I am about watching those?
Some of them. Yeah.
Simone?
I don't
Well,
want to say which ones I'm not all that, whatever. I don't, I'm not
well,
going to say, but
yeah. I mean, you look. Well, I'm going to be honest here. I mean, Rustin. I really had to look into see exactly what Rustin was actually about,
hmm
and
it sounds interesting.
it sounds interesting.
hmm
And we weren't really excited about Maestro,
hmm
but understanding the story and who it is, and I mean, I'm a great musical theater fan anyway. Musical, musical theater, but musicals in film. I grew up with musicals in film. That's what I grew up with, and
hmm
so I kind of miss. I think I'm interested in that one, kind of from that perspective. In American fiction, just for the fact that he pulled one over on this. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
one of those
It
things.
looks, that really looks, that's probably the one that interests me the most out of those three.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too. Outstanding female actor in a leading role, Annette Bening for Naiad. And Naiad, I hadn't heard about anything with that other than what we saw on CBS Sunday Morning. It's the first time I'd
hmm
actually heard of it. And it's about this woman that the professional swimmer that swims the English Channel and I guess breaks some records and things like that. Um, Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, she won. And
hmm
she's new to this industry, and especially in a leading arena, she did well in the Golden Globe. She did well in the Emmys, and
Yeah.
yeah. So this is, I think she deserved to win it as well. I mean, at least from what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Um,
Which we're not very far into the movie.
so the outstanding female actor in a leading role, Annette Bening for Naiad. I just had described that. Lily
hmm
Gladstone with Killers of the Flower Moon. She was the winner. Carrie Mulligan, Maestro. Margot Robbie for Barbie. She's getting a lot of
hmm
nominations for Barbie, but she's not
Yeah.
winning.
No.
Emma
And
Stone for Poor
it's,
Things. So,
yeah.
Poor Things was
And
not
she's
in,
won a couple times.
yes, Poor
Yeah.
Things was not in the motion picture category, which I think it should have been from what we've heard from it. It won't be streaming until the end of this month, which we're getting close to, of course.
I wonder if it's because, well, obviously the Screen Actors Guild, everybody that belongs to it, I'm sure had access to see it, but it hasn't been that widely available for us normal people.
Yeah, because it was
Um,
unlimited release in the first place,
hmm
and then
yeah,
a little bit wider release, and then it's going to be released on streaming here this coming week
can't
here.
wait.
So I can't wait for that as well.
I know that we have a lot of movies we got to try. We just got a lot to do in our life, basically, between now and the Oscars. It's very busy time for us. I'm not sure how many we're really going to get to, but along with me working full time and you working full time and
We'll
everything
get
else.
there.
So we'll see what we can do, but
We'll watch them in our sleep.
we may have to.
Outstanding male actor in a supporting role, Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, William Dafoe, Poor Things, Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. As I said earlier, he's the one that he won that.
hmm
Ryan Gosling for Barbie. And they were
Oh,
all
so
happy that
funny.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
won. I mean, I think the most,
yeah,
other than Robert De Niro, he sat there pretty stone faced
yeah. He
because
was the only one that wasn't smiling, but
yeah.
yeah. I mean, he's Robert De Niro. Give him, just let him be.
Well,
Let
yeah, I
him
mean, look,
be.
he had his time. I mean,
Yeah.
he's won his Oscars, he's won his
hmm
Golden Globe, he's won everything that he needs to win. It's a
He's
new,
still
just
he's still a great man. He's still an icon. Everybody loves him. Everybody.
he's still one
He'll
of my
always be
favorite
one of.
actors.
Yep, and he'll always be one of the greatest actors ever. So it's fine. He's okay.
Outstanding female actor in a supporting role, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. She did a really brilliant job in that.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
really, really did.
She's
Um,
another one that no matter what role she's in, she's just amazing.
yeah, so if you haven't,
Love
if
her.
you're one of the few that have not watched Oppenheimer, you really need to. Daniel
hmm
Brooks, The Color Purple, Penelope Cruz for Ferrari. And here's the thing. Even Ferrari, it just came out. A lot of these movies, realistically, have just come out for the public to be able
hmm
to view. Ferrari just came out. It really wasn't, in my opinion. I mean, I pay attention to this.
Haven't heard a lot about
I
it.
haven't heard a lot about it.
Mm-mm.
Jodie Foster from Naiad, uh, Divine Joy Randolph,
Davine.
Davine,
Davine Joy
Davine Joy
Randolph.
Randolph. Excuse me,
hmm
Davine, for the
hmm
holdovers, and she won that.
Yes.
And then we
Yeah,
learned
and we love
something.
her.
Our daughter had us learn something that we did not realize, that we thought she was going to, hey, this new person on the scene. And
Oh
she
my
did a really
God.
brilliant job. And realistically, we've been watching her
We've been
in,
watching her.
you ready? Ready? Only Murders in the Building.
The building. I
And how many
just
times have we
like
done? We've done 3 or 4 reviews on Only Murders in the Building.
it's
And
one of our favorite, absolute favorite shows. And when she said that, I was like, wait, what? Like I was gobsmacked. Like, what?
yeah, I was like, holy
Okay. And then I was
crap.
like, oh, yeah, I guess she did look familiar to me. Eh, I'm just gonna go with age on this one. I'm old and tired, and that's
Yeah.
my excuse.
Well,
Yep.
it's yeah. Well, me too. So there we
Yeah.
go. We'll take that. There's a lot more categories. We just don't have time to go through all of them. They say again, I'll put the list in the show notes or in the transcription portion of the show notes. Television, outstanding ensemble in a drama series. The Crown, The Gilded Age, The Last of Us, The Morning Show, and Succession.
Succession.
Succession. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We still have to watch Succession because it's
We haven't
winning a
watched
bunch of
it. We
stuff.
need to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. But you have watched The Crown and you
Yes.
did watch The
Yes.
Gilded Age, right?
I started to watch The Gilded Age. Yeah, I watched about 3 or 4 episodes, and I just couldn't.
Can I get into it?
To be honest, I couldn't get into it. I was genuinely kind of shocked that they were nominated, but that's great. I mean, good for them, you know?
Then there was
There's a lot of people,
yeah.
there's a lot of people in the cast, and the costuming is beyond. So,
And then there's The Last of Us, which I do want to see. There's a
yeah.
lot of hype with The Last of Us, and I think it looks
Yeah, we
really
haven't
interesting
seen
to me. There's not enough hours in the day,
it.
actually. But
No,
we talked about this
there's
before
not.
on our review of streaming services, and
Hmm.
realistically, everybody cutting the cable, but we replaced it with 50 streaming services, and then we have to bounce back and forth between them all in order to watch what we want to watch. And
Yeah,
then
there's
network
just not
TV's
enough
got so
time.
much stuff on there. We could spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week,
Hmm.
365, just trying to catch up on everything.
Yeah, not even be able to. We wouldn't be able to even watch everything doing
No.
that. I mean, it's just there's too much.
Oh, and the morning show, of course, who
Yay.
we wanted to win was the morning show because we're
Yay.
big fans of the morning show. Um, the winner was Succession.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to watch it now just to see what the hype is because they
Yep.
won some Golden Globes, they won some Emmys.
Well, it worked with the bear.
It
We didn't
did.
know what it was, and
Yeah.
they won a bunch of stuff. We're like, okay, I guess we got to watch it, and now we love, 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 love it. So maybe the same thing will happen.
Outstanding male actor in a drama series, Brian Cox, Succession. See again, Billy Crudup,
Hmm.
The Morning Show,
Oh,
which
Billy Crab.
an amazing actor anyway. He
Love
always
him.
brings it whenever character he's portraying. You really believe it.
Yeah.
You empathize with this person. You kind of get
He he
involved.
he sort of reminds me of Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, they could really. I mean, they really.
a
I'm
little bit.
sure that they've done the. There's two methodologies really widely accepted within the industry, within the acting industry, and one of them is you really embody the character to such a point that you live it. Even when you walk away from
Hmm.
the set every day, you go home and you still stay in character, and then you come back to work and you're still in character. And then
Hmm.
there's obviously the other one that you kind of do your character, then you walk away and you're back to yourself, and then you come back the next day
Hmm.
and you do your character, you read lines. I think he's one of those that
You think he's a method actor?
I do.
I don't know. I just
Yeah,
know that he's great, and he just reminds me. He's kind of like, for me personally, he's
yeah,
Robert Downey Jr.-esque. Like,
yeah. I believe that.
yeah,
I agree with that.
similarities.
Matthew McFadden for Succession and Pedro Pascal, The Last of Us, and Pedro Pascal is the winner. Was the winner. Now I love Pedro
Yeah.
Pascal, and a lot of people understand him from The Mandalorian.
Hmm.
Obviously, we didn't know who the man behind the mask in The Mandalorian was for like ages and ages and ages. So we only knew
Yeah.
him as the Mandalorian. But once we found out that he actually played the Mandalorian, then the mask came off basically. And yeah, he's pretty good with his stuff.
Yeah. He
Um,
was cute. He was cute when he won.
Outstanding female
He was
actor.
he genuinely shocked. He was genuinely shocked.
Yeah, he was. He thought the other people were going to beat him. Probably because
Hmm.
Succession's been winning all the other awards.
Yeah.
And most than likely, I think would think that he probably thought, I don't want this. They're going to win. They've been winning.
He even said, he said, what is it? Oh, I was just taking it easy tonight, and I'm actually pretty drunk, so I don't know what I'm going to say right now. Something like that.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
pretty
really
funny.
funny.
Um, Outstanding female actor in a drama series. Our friend and foe, Jennifer Aniston, The Morning Show. We call
Friend
her
and
our friend because,
foe.
well, not foe. She's our friend. Our friend. She's just our friend because we've watched her
She's our friend.
since the
Yeah,
beginning.
we love Jen. We feel like we know her.
And we
I
use her
mean,
hair
we don't.
products, you know. The
Uh, Look, Jen, if you hear this ever, please send me some hair products. Like your stuff is amazing, but I can't afford it
can't afford
all
it.
the time. So can you please just like hook a girl up? Come on.
Exactly. And Elizabeth Debicki for The Crown.
Hmm.
That she's the one that plays Diana, right?
Hmm.
And I
Yes.
recognized when I came in, you were watching it, and I walked in, and I went, man, that great casting because that
She,
woman looked just like Diana,
hmm
Princess
she
Diana.
she was amazing.
So she won.
Literally amazing. Hmm.
So I'm sure that
Hmm.
again, I didn't watch The Crown. I watched part of The Crown with you, but not a whole lot of it. But
Not a lot.
do you
Hmm.
think she deserved the winner?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. Hmm.
Bella Ramsey from The Last of Us, Kerry Russell for The Diplomat, which I have that on my list to watch. The Diplomat.
Yeah.
I want to watch
Yeah.
that. And I've been a fan of Kerry Russell since I saw her at the Palm Springs Film Festival way back when. I'm talking
Way
about
back.
like I was still on a
Well, it
job. So
had to
30,
be one of her
it,
first films.
it was her first film, first independent
Hmm.
film that she had done. And I came home and said, hey, this girl's going to be a star.
You did.
I did.
Hmm.
Sarah Snook from Succession. Outstanding ensemble comedy series, Abbott Elementary, Barry, The Bear, Only Murders in the Building, and Ted Lasso. We
Hmm.
were really rooting for either Ted Lasso, Only Murders in the Building, and
Or
The
the
Bear.
bear.
Um,
Right,
I
right.
I did watch Barry, so I think Barry deserved to be in there as well.
Uh-huh.
Our
Yeah.
daughters, our daughter, not daughters, have been saying, "Hey, you got to watch Abbott. You got to watch Abbott. You got to watch Abbott." They're
Yeah,
with
she is
everything.
all over. She's all over us
Yeah.
to watch the Abbott
Well,
Elementary. And
in this case, The Bear won
yeah,
again. The Bear, the Bear,
the
the
bear.
Bear. Yeah, we kind of were hoping that Ted Lasso might have won as well because
Yeah,
there are, but they won so many in the first couple of years
they
that they were
did.
on. It was like
They did.
they were the belle of the ball. They were the
Hmm.
ones that were winning everything.
But again, if anyone out there has not yet watched Ted Lasso, get Apple TV for that reason alone.
Watch
Watch
Ted
all of it.
Lasso.
Watch it all again. You will not be sorry. You will thank me later.
Yep,
Please, please, please always watch Ted Lasso.
yep. I
Yep.
will say that in a heartbeat. Outstanding female actor in a comedy series, Alex Bornstein, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
She's so
And
good.
oh, so good. It's a completely opposite character from what she is in real life. I mean, there's a little touch of her
Hmm.
in real life, but you see a little bit of it in the mannerism and the voice and
Hmm.
the maybe she picked up a little bit from that character and took it with her.
Maybe.
Rachel
Hmm.
Brosnan from the Marvelous
Mrs.
Mrs.
Maisel.
Maisel as well.
Hmm.
Again, I think that we love that show.
Love it.
We try that again. We've done a review on them as well. It's a little whiles back,
Mhm.
but you can still find it in the shows.
Yeah.
Quentin Brunson, Abbott Elementary, and then you'll say this one, Io Edibiri. I
Io
said it.
Edeberry.
I did say it. Io Edibiri, the bear. She
I'm not
was the
sure
winner.
I'm not sure I'm completely right. So
Well,
sorry,
realistically,
Io.
and here's the whole thing. They got put into a comedy series in the Golden Globe, the Emmys,
Hmm.
and we were still kind of questioning that. Even after starting to watch it, we were questioning a little
Yeah,
bit. Why is
it
this in a
took a
comedy
few
series?
episodes.
It's more, in my opinion, of a dramedy
Hmm.
type thing. It's got drama and comedy because there's a lot of
Yes,
drama in the
there's
Bear.
a lot of drama. Yeah. However, I'm after the first probably four episodes and then beyond, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm good with it being a comedy. I'm okay.
Yeah,
That's all right. Because there are some things that make me laugh so hard in this. I mean,
but there's also
there's just,
some really intense moments.
oh,
I mean,
it's a
major
very
intense.
intense show. I mean, it
Yeah.
is intense. Yeah.
And I can't forget Hannah Waddington in Ted Lasso. She was
Hannah
also
Hannah Waddingham.
Waddingham. What did I say?
Waddington.
Hannah
Waddingham.
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 I said
Yes.
Waddingham.
Waddingham. She is, ugh, she's just an amazing, uh, she's just, I don't even know. There's no words for Hannah. She's amazing.
She's an amazing individual. And her
Mm.
special that she just did recently too.
Well, the Christmas
The Christmas
special.
special was
If
really
you
good.
if you haven't watched that, I know watch it next Christmas because
Yeah, we'd find out
yeah.
her whole family was on the stage, and she grew up on the stage, so
Hmm.
she really fit on the stage. Outstanding male actor in a comedy series, Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso. He's
Yay!
brilliant. We love
Oh,
him. Bill Hader,
love him.
Barry, Evan Moss Bachrach, the Bear. He did an amazing job in that as well, and what a transformation in the show so far. And we've talked about that
Yes.
in
Yeah.
our review. We did talk about that. So you need
Such
to
a
watch it. You need
transformation.
to watch it.
Yeah.
Jason
Uh,
Sudeikis with Ted Lasso, Jeremy Allen White, The Bear, and Jeremy Allen White won
mhm.
for that. Outstanding female actor in a television movie or limited series, Uzo Aduba, Painkiller, which that's on our list. Painkiller is the
It
one
is.
about it's the one about the um, the drug industry in regard to. I'm going to
Are you
pause
sure
this.
that's the one? I thought it was called something else.
Painkiller is the origins of the opioid crisis before the what led up to it. It's a fictionalized version of it, what led up to
Mm,
it, and then the aftermath of the opioid crisis. And I think it's
okay.
from part of the family that got sued and lost heavily.
Mm, okay.
Um, the Catherine Hahn from Tiny Beautiful Things, which
I hadn't even heard of it when
that's the
they
first
showed
time
her. I
I've
was like, oh,
heard of it as well.
I love Catherine Hahn. I
Yeah,
love her. I
first
just
time I'd
didn't
seen
know
it.
there was something else. So I want to see that.
Yeah, but yeah, I had not heard of that up until then. Brie Larson, Lessons in Chemistry, which we have that on
Mm,
our list as well to watch. It's on Apple. Belle Powley, A Small Light. First time I've heard of that one as well.
yeah, hadn't.
Kind of a thing.
But
And Emily,
she's also in the morning show.
oh
So
yeah, yeah,
that's how
she's in the
I
morning show.
recognized her from that. Hmm.
And I read the Hollywood Reporter and Variety and the Wrap, every day actually, and I
Hmm.
don't hear much going on about those. And Ali Wong, Beef, which we
Mm,
did a review on Beef. You got to
yes.
watch Beef. Get into this. She did an
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful job, and she won. So
Yep.
for
She
outstanding
did.
female actor, outstanding male actor in television, movie, or limited series, Matt Bonner, uh, Bomber Fellow Travelers. I I have that on my list. Um, I'll catch you up on that.
Yeah.
John Hamm Fargo, David Oyelowo, Lawman, Bass Reeves.
Oh gosh, yes, he has a hard name.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I,
I'm sorry, David.
oh, yeah, I'm not even
Oyelowo.
gonna try it. Yeah, I'm not gonna try it.
Just watch for the movie Lawman Bass Reeves.
And
It's
he's
about a black
great.
man
He's
that,
really,
that becomes a bounty
I,
hunter and a free, he's like badass and does his thing. So I've got
yeah.
that on my list as well. I want to see it. Tony Shalhoub for Mr. Monk's Last Case, a Monk movie,
Mm,
which we
so
watched.
good.
We
It
were
was so good.
fans of the
It
Monk.
was,
Monk.
it was nice to have a little bit of closure to that.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
closure actually. When you get to
Yeah.
the end, it
Yeah.
was a lot of closure with that. So if you're a Monk
Yeah.
fan, you have
Oh,
to
you gotta
watch
watch it.
Mr. Monk's Last Case,
Hmm.
a Monk movie. And then
Yeah.
Stephen Yun from Beef, and he won
Hmm. He
because
won.
he do, and he won also Golden Globes and the Emmy. They
Well,
really did
a lot of
well.
these did. A
Yeah,
lot of these run very closely with the other award shows that have been happening, the Golden Globes, the Emmys, yeah,
yeah,
almost everybody that won at those shows won here. Like it was very close.
yeah. I agree.
So,
Outstanding stunt ensemble in a television series was I always mess this up. Ahsoka, which is on Apple. It's a Star Wars, part of the Star
oh,
Wars regime.
okay.
Barry, Beef, The Last of Us, and The Mandalorian. The Last of Us was the winner for that, for the
Hmm.
ensemble cast. Um, the rest of them, like I said, everything else will be on the show or in the show notes and the transcription portion of it because there's so much more we could put in here, but we'd be here for another,
Hmm.
30, 40, 45 minutes, an hour. We could talk about all of those individually, which some of them we have, some of them we could go into more depth. But in reality, we want you to enjoy the moment and, kind of get to see who won and who. If you
Yep.
didn't get to see it, I didn't even know it was on Netflix until I happened to read it and went, "Oh, that's on Netflix."
Yep.
And why is that on Netflix? Netflix jumped into the live arena, and this was
Yeah.
their first actual live award show.
Hmm.
They've got some things to work out. They've got some ironing, you know,
I mean, it wasn't
but they
bad.
did
It
pretty
wasn't
well.
horrible. There was one part of the show that a continuing part of the show that I wasn't kind of
Thrilled
sure,
with.
like, I don't think you really need to do that. But we'll let everybody
Yeah.
judge that for themselves.
So Netflix, if you're listening, there might be a smoother way of doing that.
Yeah,
You probably
just
know
a
what
little
we're
bit.
talking about because I'm sure I heard other people talking about the same
Hmm.
thing. And when
Hmm.
you watch it, if you think the same thing, you can let Netflix know. I did appreciate the fact that Netflix did air it because it allowed them to speak their mind.
Yeah,
They act like real people instead of clones or robots.
yeah. Hmm.
And yes, occasionally they swore, but in
It
reality,
wasn't bad though.
no, it wasn't
It
bad.
wasn't bad. I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it'd be on Netflix. Everybody's going to be talking the way they want to talk. But it wasn't that bad.
In actuality, the ones that we assumed would did,
Hmm.
and the ones that we would assume wouldn't didn't.
Yeah.
But there were a couple that did slip it in, or that where they went, oh, they do cuss.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, from
Well,
that
it was
perspective,
good. It was cute.
it was good.
I
I
mean,
liked it.
there's I know there's people out there who would literally despise award shows, so that's fine. You don't have to watch it. But for those of us who love award shows, it wasn't the worst award show I've ever seen.
And in actuality, the best part about it was they didn't have commercials.
Yes.
Number one,
That was the only problem was what they kind of put in place of
but yeah,
commercials.
what they put in
It
place of
was
commercials would be the
it was kind
that
of it was awkward and kind of cringy and yeah, I don't need it.
we kind of let the cat out of the bag with that. We were trying to be subtle, but let's just say it
We don't
like
need
it
to
is.
we don't need to say what it was.
No, we'll just say it like it is. That's what it was. So what they replaced the commercials with could be changed.
Yes.
But it was nice not having to break away to commercial every 10 minutes or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
watch a slew of commercials, and then the thing lasts for 3 hours or 3.5 hours.
Right.
It
It
went
was
very
it
quickly.
went on time.
It
Hmm.
moved, it allowed people to be able to, it wasn't this, well, I want to thank my mom, my dad, my wife, my kids, and there goes the music in the background playing you
Yeah.
off because you didn't get to finish your speech because everybody else talked too long.
Yeah, there really wasn't any of that. Nobody seemed rushed in their speech or anything. So yeah,
In fact,
it
there were a
was a
couple
good
of
way to do
people,
it.
couple of them that were looking for words to fill in, thinking they didn't say enough.
Yeah.
Probably because they
I
were
think
used to the other
they were
shows.
shocked.
Yeah, the other shows where they got cut
Hmm.
off, so they thought, well, I'll just make this short and sweet, and then they're still standing up there, and everybody's kind of waiting around, like, you're going to finish.
Oh, I got to say more. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's good.
So overall, for the first ever Netflix SAG Awards,
Hmm.
what's your verdict?
It's great. I think it was great. They have a little bit of things to fix, but loved the no commercials. So,
You happy with all the winners?
yeah. I there wasn't I mean, obviously it's hard when there's three out of the five you really, really love and they're your favorites. That's
Yeah.
hard, but I didn't hate that who won, It's like, okay, I don't hate that. That's cool.
Well, and realistically, the ones that didn't win had won in past years.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, it's like, hey, they still got acknowledged, they still got recognition, they still got what they needed, and
Hmm.
allowed new people to step into that role, that
Yeah.
spot. So I think I respect that, and nobody seemed to be really upset about it either. So I mean, it wasn't,
Mm-mm.
other than one kind of stoic, grumpy old man that was not too happy. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he was just tired,
he
you
could have been
know.
tired.
May have been just late for him. I don't know.
Could have been tired.
But it's fine.
He
It's all
keeps
good.
doing stuff, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I loved him in Dirty Grandpa. It was good. He was good.
I know. I
Yeah.
love, I think my favorite movie of his is the one with Anne Hathaway. Like the
Yes.
recruit? No, the intern. The
The
intern.
intern. The Intern. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a brilliant movie. It really was.
Love that movie. Yeah.
Brilliant movie. Very subtle, but
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro movie. It's
Yeah.
yeah, that's really good. So
Yeah.
anyway, so any last words? Well, I won't say last words. That sounds like we're at a funeral or something.
No, let's not do that. No.
This is one
Um,
more thing before you go. So before we go, you want to share anything?
mhm. Just the National Day today, because it's very short and sweet. There's two things. National Clam Chowder Day.
Man,
Don't eat
what's
clam
clam
chowder.
chowder?
Nope, I will not have it, and I will not have it in my house because I do not want to smell it.
Now, just for the
Good
record, I
luck.
don't. It's not. I don't miss it because Diane banned it from the house.
No,
I miss
right.
it because I can't eat it anymore. So
Yeah.
she didn't ban me from eating clam chowder in the house.
No, no. But I'm just saying, since you can't have it, it doesn't need to be in my house. Um, ugh, just the thought of it. Ugh. Anyway, but I know there's people out there who love it. So anyway, go have your clam chowder. It's National Clam Chowder Day. It's also National Chocolate Covered Nut Day, and I literally, when I was doing the grocery list, I came very, very close to ordering some chocolate covered cashews, and I have not been able to stop thinking about them all day. And I think that's a sign that I'm supposed to have them because it is National Chocolate Covered Nut Day.
Yeah, but see, I would eat those too. Yes, I would.
I know, and you're not supposed to.
And in
But
fact, because I can't have clam chowder, I could have a bowl of those, and it
you
would
could have,
appease
well,
me.
you could have a few. I wouldn't say you could have a bowl. You can have
Maybe
a
like a
few.
small cup, a small
Okay, a
yeah
small cup.
cup.
You can have a small cup.
That would
Yeah.
appease my fact that
Hmm.
I could pretend it's clam chowder,
Yeah. But chocolate covered, dark chocolate covered cashews. Oh,
which are better than
they are
dark
so good.
chocolate covered clams.
Ugh. Yeah, I would say they probably are better. Yeah. Oh
Okay.
God.
Well, we
Now that
better go
I'm
now.
sick.
We better
Yeah.
go. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening and for being part of One More Thing Before You Go and our special weekend sessions of One Over the Teacup Sunday. We really appreciate you. We're grateful that you join us each and every week. Thank you for being part of One More Thing Before You Go family. Stay tuned for some exciting and new things that are going to be coming about, some more additions that will be coming about, and some new ways to inspire, motivate, and educate, as well as a fantastic slew of new guests that are coming on over the next several months, actually.
Mhm.
So, one more thing before you all go. Have a great day. Have a great week. And thanks for listening.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of One More Thing Before You Go. Check out our website at beforeyougopodcast.com. You can find us as well as subscribe to the program and rate us on your favorite podcast listening platform.